So writing equations of linear equations given 2 points, I'm going to introduce a new form here for equations. That's called point-slope form. Probably not one you've seen before. Looks a little bit different, but it actually ends up being a lot easier than slope-intercept form. You know, that's my opinion, but I'll let you decide. So what point-slope form is made up of here is a point, okay, and a slope. Slope, you all know what that is. That's the m value, that's the growth, so on and so forth. And then a point, so a coordinate, any coordinate that we know on the graph is eligible here, and that's given to us as part of the given information. Again, just like before, the x and y variables, they are variables and they stay there. So the plane x and the plane y stay the same. So let's take a look at how we're going to use point slope versus slope intercept form from last time. So example 1, write the linear equation has a slope of -4 and passes through the point 2, 3. A lot of people would use slope intercept here and tell you to solve for the b value. I am not going to do that. I would rather you use point slope form since that's what we're given, a point and a slope. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we look at our given information, slope of -4 is our m value, and then our point 2, 3 ends up being our x1, y1 value. Okay, and then like I said, the x and the y, they stay the same. You don't change those. So what do I end up with? I end up with y minus 3 equaling -4 times x minus 2. Again, all I did was substitute the -4 for m, the 2 for x1, and the 3 for y1. Now, you can leave it like this. I'm perfectly okay. This is a 100% acceptable answer for point slope form. All right. Obviously, you could get y by itself by adding the 3 to both sides. If you wanted to, you don't have to. So y equals -4 x minus 2 plus 3. That looks a little bit more like slope intercept, but not quite. If you were to go to the extreme, you could distribute the -4 and combine like terms, and you'll end up with the slope intercept form of -4x, and then -4 times -2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus 11, right? But you don't have to do that. That's not necessary. This right here is a 100% acceptable answer, and it involves no work, just substituting. Take a look at another example. Write the linear equation that passes through the points 1, 5, -3, 7. So now we don't even know a slope. But remember, we know how to find the slope. So we remember that m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we take our coordinates there and we plug them in. Some of us are getting this mixed up. Remember, the y's go on top. So 7 minus 5 is on top. And then -3 minus 1 is on the bottom. So 7 minus 5 is 2. -3 minus 1 is -4. That reduces to -1/2. There's your m value. Now, all that work just to find the slope, I don't want to do any more work to get my answer. So I'm going to choose a point and use point slope form. If I plug in my y1, I get y minus 5. My slope is -1/2. That goes in for m. And my x1 is the number 1, so I plug that in for x1. And I'm finished. I don't have to do any more. I could have chosen the other coordinate. The answer is still correct. What would that look like? It would say y minus 7 equals -1/2 x minus -3, which is plus 3. So there's actually 2 answers to this problem, depending on which coordinate you choose in point slope form. Last, example 3. Write the linear equation that passes through the origin and the point 7, -9. Just trying to use some different words here for you. So the origin is 0, 0. So I'm still trying to find my slope. Some of you are better at plotting the points and drawing the slope. That's fine with me. So we have -9 minus 0 over 7 minus 0. That's going to give us -9 over 7. And that's a messy slope. So to calculate the y-intercept would be really messy and lots of decimals. We don't want that. Okay, so we're just going to use either our origin that tells us the y-intercept of 0, or our point for point slope form. That's up to you. If you use the origin, you'll have y equals -9/7 x plus 0, so we don't write that. Or if you use point slope form, you would have y minus -9, so that's plus 9, equals m -9/7 times x minus 7. Both of these are the same answer written in different forms, slope-intercept and point slope. Take a look at a word problem here and how we can use point slope form for a word problem. Tim has been collecting coins since he was a kid. He collects 15 coins per year. He is 15 years old and has 325 coins. So we have to look at what we know here. If he collects 15 coins per year, that's a rate, which means that's our growth or our slope. If Tim is 15 years old and he has 325 coins, that's actually a coordinate. Okay, in year 15, he has 325 coins. So because we know a point, and because we know the slope, point slope form is the best method here. So y minus 325 is going to equal 15 times x minus 15. Okay? Again, this 15 would be the growth. This 15 would be Tim's current age. And I'm finished. I don't have to do any more.